You should watch First to Third because of your commitment to excellence.
Drunken debauchery.
Athletic achievement.
PBR.
Competition.
Women.
Money.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him.
Kickballer, save $20 at customink.com. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to First to Third. Tonight, we are fortunate to have the champions of the Kicking It for Kids Kickball Open in New Mexico, Justin and Ethan of the Catalina Wine Mixers. Welcome.
Hey guys.
What's up? Excited to be on. Big fans of the show. The show.
So listen, once again, congratulations on the big title. You guys were the upset victors, and it was exciting to watch you handle business.
We appreciate it. It was a fun tournament. The whole team had a lot of fun. The sponsors, everyone down there. It was a first-class tournament. Well ran.
Ethan, how many tournaments you guys played in before this?
Competitive. That's our first nationwide tournament. We've done a lot of local tournaments. We just finished up our first Waka tournament ever on Saturday.
Okay.
First Waka season. We've done, a bunch of slow pitch tournaments. That was our first ever fast pitch tournament.
Okay. What'd you think?
Nice.
It was awesome. You guys throw on a heck of an event, and it's for a great cause. Well ran, well organized. We had a blast. It was more than we expected for sure. It was nice to have admin there just taking care of business on the organizational side.
Yeah,
he's
man,
great at that. He does such a
knows
good
his
job.
stuff.
He runs such a great tournament.
Yeah. He wanted to join us tonight but couldn't make it. He's got some family things going on. But shout out to admin.
We got a chance to talk to him when we were down there, so that was nice.
Cool.
And we know his name's Matt.
So listen, Justin, the folks at home probably know who you are, Justin of Dice Kickball, but you are not originally a Catalina Wine Mixer. You are, in fact.
This is true.
So you guys are local rivals in Denver?
Yeah, I've never suited up for the wine mixers in Colorado, but I bleed maroon in New Mexico.
So tell me about this Denver rivalry we got going on.
Well, ask me about Saturday. What happened Saturday?
I'm asking about Saturday. What happened Saturday?
Saturday, the Catalina Wine Mixers took care of business and beat us 8-1 in the Waka Colorado Recess Championship.
Oh.
Yeah. So put that in perspective. Dice played 20 seasons and 20 seasons in tournaments. We have 19 championships, and we have Saturday.
Wow. So
we've lost 3 out of 150 games ever. 2 have been to the Wine Mixers.
Is this a passing of the torch in the Mile High City?
We'd like to think so. Well, they're a great team. They're the ones that definitely they're the standard in kickball in Denver and in Colorado, and we're just trying to follow suit. It's become a friendly rivalry for sure, and one hopefully we can take these guys over eventually on a consistent basis. Yeah. Catalina Wine Mixers are a kickball team. Dice is a kickball dynasty.
Oh,
we have multiple leagues.
You went there.
They're at like 13 players all time. We've had 48 players suit up in purple.
So you talk about the dynasty and stuff. How did you guys get involved in kickball? Like, kind of what's your kickball history?
My story is about 4 years ago. I had a new roommate moving to town from Michigan. Wanted to meet some girls. He was rolling out, and he's like, hey, do you want to go play kickball? And I was like, all right, I'm in. I show up to this field. It's like in the outfield of a baseball game when the softball players are yelling at us. The team I played on, you actually had to drink a shot of Goldschlager before every had kick.
Oh, Goldschlager.
So you walked away wobbly but with great breath. And then from there, I just went from one non-competitive team to another non-competitive team. So I finally got PO'd and started my own team, which at the time was Sport. 4 years later, I'm winning $2,500 with the Wine Mixers in New Mexico. Shout out to Steve Schaefer, my old roommate that introduced me to kickball.
All right. Ethan, how about you? How'd you get started?
a similar situation. We started, I'm like, adult kickball, you gotta be kidding me, right? So everyone remembers playing as a kid. We went to a league that it's called the Cool League. It's pretty non-competitive, and we started playing there for a couple years, and we realized we're just way too competitive for this. So we started, playing around different leagues, and then finally, Justin over here is like, hey, you guys got to get into walking. You guys got to get into fast pitch. So last year, the Catalina Y Mixers were really founded with the same group of guys we have now and ladies, and it's been a fun ride. It's looking back from playing in elementary school to playing with a keg at home base, and now we're playing in national tournaments. It's definitely progressed.
Hey, so listen, take us through the tournament day. I mean, how did it start out in pool play, and just take us through the progression of going from winning your pool to winning the whole thing.
I definitely think the pools were even, but with 14 teams, there was obviously a variance in quality of teams, and each pool had 2 solid teams in it, I would say.
Okay.
Some of those El Paso kickball teams, like the Thundercats.
Screaming Kicks were good too.
Absolutely. But the tournament just went off without a hitch, went through pool play. We were doing very, very well. After 3 pool play games, we had only allowed 3 runs. So given that Whiskey Richard allowed 3 runs in their first game, we were in line for the #1 seed going into eliminations. At that point, we were playing a team that had yet to score on the day.
Let me tee this up for you guys. If you guys never played in Albuquerque weather, throughout the day, the wind did a complete 360. So you throw the grass in the air, it's blowing one way. An hour later, it's blowing right at you. So when I think what Justin's about to get into is the weather. In certain innings where it was just horrible, in other innings it was great. It was crazy to see how it could progress through innings, not just games.
So fast forward, we paid it forward and allowed one of the teams to put 5 runs up on us
in 1 inning.
In 1 inning.
Oh man!
They kicked some bombs with a tailwind.
They had some wind at their back. We'll put it that way.
And every time,
that's cool though.
Every time they scored a run, I had to give them a towel. They were so excited. It was crazy. Which actually, we think that inning was probably the key to the tournament for us, because we went on to win that game 23-5. But in the next 4 innings, we just got serious again. Everyone was bunting regardless of what the score was, because we knew once we got to a limbs and played the other undefeated teams, we were going to have to bring our A game. It ended up working out well that we ended up getting the #2 seed in pool play, which, yeah, we got the 3 seed, which we were just trying to avoid the 4 because we wanted to avoid Whiskey Richard until the finals.
Sure.
Because we made an absolute point of it all day long to rest our pitcher. Shout out to Don Prince from SoCal Riot.
DP.
$281 round trip flight from San Diego to New Mexico to pitch with a bunch of strangers. Nighthawk on the air. We rested him all day. Going into our semifinal game, he had only pitched 12 innings. And then we said
he
unleashed
looked great on that
last
tape.
12 innings.
Yeah, the rain picked up in the semis big time, and Don's like, let it rain. My ball's going to spin more. It worked out for us. The weather was what it was, and it was, I think what helped us out is we played up to the very end before the championship game. So we got to see, the worst of the weather, and then as championship game unfolded, the weather couldn't have been more perfect. The clouds parted, the rain was gone, feels a little bit wet, but for the championship game, I don't think it could have been any better circumstances for it. And shout out to Whiskey Richard. You guys are a fun team. You guys are fun to party with. Great team. We had a lot of fun in that championship game playing you guys.
My definite #1 takeaway from the tournament, other than that my new favorite number is 2,500, is it was just all day long. It was so great to play teams that whether you were beating them 19-2 or you were losing 2-0, every play the intensity was high. Everyone realized everyone was trying to win, and nobody got hurt or upset at anyone other's performance, or we were giving it our all day long. Everyone else out there was giving it their all day long, and we didn't hear, oh whoa, you guys have matching shorts. Oh whoa, kickball's a 3rd grade sport. Oh
right.
Whoa, why don't you play softball?
Well, that's why we do this, man. I mean, it's to go out there and play this game that we love at as well as we can, and not get made fun of for doing it.
Exactly.
And as you always say, Oakley, You play softball or baseball or soccer, you can never be the best in the world. But on May 10th, 2012, the Catalina Wine Mixers were the best kickball team in the world.
I think he's taking a little far there. A little far.
True story.
Yeah, I can think of a couple teams that might take exception with that comment, but we'll let it go.
Okay, we're the best kickball team in New Mexico.
There you go.
So listen, Ethan, if I remember correctly, this was it's sort of a new experience for your team in that there was a lot of small ball. It seems like it's something you guys adapted to pretty well. What'd you do to prepare for that? I know you must have been ready for it, but what'd you guys do?
Literally, the week before leading up to it, we were taking bunting classes.
All right.
We doubled our games of fast pitch in that day that we'd ever play. So, the concept of, playing small ball, playing for being strategic and, and just moving runners over, we had never played like that really. So that morning, Mr. Don Crenshaw, to you again, he's literally pitching to us and we're taking, bunting practice, 30 minutes before our first game.
And I just want to give just mad kudos to the Wine Mixers because Ethan, I think one of the major things the Wine Mixers had going for that day and leading up to the tournament is across the board, there's not an ego on the team. So to allow Shane and I from Dice to come in, Shane and then Ethan allowing me to be the co-captain, just my knowledge just based on the boards, watching First to Third, watching every single kickball video ever posted on the web, including the New York Shower Hammers YouTube channel.
Hey, man, we try to put up as much stuff as we can.
Right. I just knew a lot about the game that they didn't know, but they were absolutely excited to learn it all, and we ran with it.
Amen, bro. Hey, look at this dumbass just popped up in the corner. Hey, what's
Dude,
up, Bad Rock? Better late than never.
No.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm a little sweaty, I just won a softball game. I feel good about it.
Congratulations. So we were just talking to these fine Denver folks about their victory in New Mexico. So listen, guys, I'll follow up with a question that's will be sort of directed at the two of you separately. What are your plans? What are Catalina Wine Mixers' plans, and what are Dice Kickball's plans for competitive kickball coming up? Like, what are you guys gonna? You just won a big tournament. What happens now?
So we're looking forward to our plans to go to Arizona, to go down to Chandler.
Cool.
As long as the dates work out, our plans to go to Chandler and represent Denver kickball and the Catalina Wine Mixer kickball well down there. And then we're looking forward to New Orleans come November. So those are our plans.
You're not alone, dude.
Right on, man.
It's gonna be exciting.
Justin, are we gonna see Dice on the circuit scene or what?
I think right now you just got to look at Denver kickball related to the circuit as the Catalina Wine Mixer show, because until you go to a tournament, then you're just a hometown hero. So currently Dice is Denver hometown heroes.
I hear you, bro.
Yo, you got to get these Dice guys a bigger boner for the competitive game, man. What's going on over there?
Well, Ethan's girlfriend is here, and she does vouch to he has a huge boner. Shout out, baby.
I love it.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So guys, give me the top plays of the game that you either saw or your team had that just kind of really stood out. Besides winning, obviously, like what really stood out? What games for you?
Yeah, I think it was the play of Joe, a catcher. So I think it was like the third, fourth inning, and there was a pop-up tough play, and our catcher Joe just dove for the ball right in front of Don, picked it up, rolled around the ground. And I think there was runners from like first and second. At that point, only one out, made a huge play. I think at that point we all realized, hey, we've got a 6-1 lead. We can hold on to this. So for me, I think that was the turning point of the game.
I would say a turning point related to the championship was coming into the championship game. Whiskey Richard had won 29 scoreless innings in a row, and kicking first, we put one up on in the top of the first, and just knowing they're a registered circuit traveling team that had been to Fort Lauderdale and had been to Austin, just taking a deep breath and realizing this Maroon team that used to play slow pitch kickball from Denver's up 1-0, 5.5 innings left, winner wins $2,500. We're like, all right, let's go for this.
Yeah, you guys played great, man. I watched that tape a couple times, and I was definitely impressed. Good composure by your team, and definitely, smell blood in the water and got after it. So Good on you.
Well put.
Yeah, we played this exact same lineup all day long. People knew exactly what they were doing every time. We stole one of your moves, Oakley, that I learned from you in Austin with the number system to tell people when to bump, when to kick, what side. I never figured out your precise math, but we developed it. So
well, it's a sophisticated algorithm that we use to obfuscate all of our offensive maneuvers.
Oakley, do you use the same algorithm we use?
Probably. But dude, you know what it is? Honestly, kickball is so much about communication, like just making sure everybody knows what their job is at every at bat. Like when you get up to the plate, making sure that people know what they're supposed to do, and then on defense, making sure like what's the play here? What are we gonna do? Hold the runner. We're gonna go for the out, and just making sure everyone's on the same page, and so people don't hesitate when the time comes to make the play.
Yeah, making sure the runners know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we made an effort to make sure we had the same first and third base coaches all day long when they weren't kicking. We made sure that only certain people were yelling when our defense was playing. But also just want to relate to the New York Showerhammers. Tom and Chelsea lived here in Denver for a while, and they played with me and against the Wine Mixers, and just playing with the caliber of players like them taught us a lot going into this tournament as well.
Yeah, they speak highly of you guys. They had a great time playing with you, and they definitely a lot of good things to say about the whole scene out there.
Hey, did we address the dudes we talked to from Denver that knew the Dice group?
No, actually, I was just gonna bring that up. So we had a couple of dudes the two guys that made Battle for the Boot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this documentary about DKBC. What's your level of exposure to that kickball scene over there? The like sort of hipster group.
There's
one in the background.
You might remember this guy from the videos. He's the guy that plays kickball in a fedora and jeans.
I recognize him.
Nice.
And he's the guy that hit a grand slam in New Mexico and rounding third tips his fedora to the crowd. Shane has been in the DKBC league for numerous years.
7 years.
7 years in the league. And even now, Joe, our catcher from New Mexico, and myself play in DKBC on Sundays. The Wine Mixers don't have a lot of experience with them, but Dice does just because we've been around longer. But DKBC has an all-star week where they take a Sunday off every year, and they would always attempt to scrimmage the most competitive kickball team in Denver, which has always been Dice. So they would form an all-star team to play us. We played them a few years in a row now. There was also a couple tournaments in Vail and other ones around the city that they dominated for years until Purple came onto the scene. So we've been friendly beating them at every chance we've had for 3 years now.
Didn't you guys get a little bit of a fisticuffs one game?
So in one of the tournaments we played a couple other teams, and needless to say, a little scuffle broke out, and then come championship game it was Catalina versus Dice, and they're drawing penises on our kickballs and kicking them out in the field. We're pissed off that we just killed them all day.
I love it.
That's not Shane's team. Shane's team's a bunch of good guys. The other ones, they're a little rowdy.
You had a long-haired, normally friendly, white-collar hipster with 93 tattoos, losing at kickball, plus 153 PBRs. Sometimes you get some shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh, for those of us that play in Brooklyn kickball out here on the East Coast, we know all about that business.
I'm a rookie to the Brooklyn League, and it's been quite the scene for me this year.
Do you play? You play in that league?
Dude, I dominate that league. What do you mean?
All right.
I would say I haven't enjoyed watching non-meatball-esque kickball in a while, but I will go to DKBC just for the people watching of the kickball.
Yeah, it's a totally different game.
It's organized chaos.
It's really a different style of play. It's fun. I like it.
What's the protocol? Do you guys walk through like metal detectors? They search your bags.
Oh yeah, now weapons are all over the field.
Yeah, syringes, knives, even swords.
There's enough like sharp objects and broken metal just lying on the field that it doesn't even matter.
No.
Unexploded ordnance and all kinds of good stuff.
I don't think we have a hipster league in DC, which is actually very surprising now that I think about it.
You got to get one. DKBC is one of the like founding kickball leagues in the country. Like they're some of the originators of like the whole scene that we all enjoy. So gotta give them props.
Bro.
And if you haven't seen Battle for the Voot, watch it. It's a riot.
It is a riot. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Are we going to see you guys on the scene? Have we already asked that question?
We already asked that question.
When are we going to see him again?
So the dates are right. You guys will see us in Chandler, in Arizona, and then as long as everything works out, you guys will see us in New Orleans as well.
Fantastic.
Come on, man. Circuit Cup's an easy sell. It's going to be a blast.
It's September 8th. There's a 100% chance
We are in.
that you see them. If it's September 1st, 91% chance. If it's September 15th, maybe 50-50.
All right.
Excellent.
I can deal with those odds. I like them.
Who wouldn't want to go to the home tournament of Whiskey Richard?
Yeah. And a lot of us are from there too. We got friends and family down there, so it's going to be a good time as long as those dates work out.
Sounds good, man.
Right on. That's awesome.
That should be fun.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a blast. We should definitely got to do this again. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Like Dice Kickball. We tell you guys every week. Get on Facebook and like Dice Kickball.
I got
and like the Catalina Wine Mixers.
Yes, like the Catalina Wine Mixers.
Dice Kickball's 4 likes away from 600. After this comes out, if we get up to 615, I'm popping customized iron dice patches out to the first 10 people. First 10 people who message me on Facebook the word shake. I'm gonna mail you a dice ironed on patch.
Excellent.
I am gonna
Yes.
I'm all over that.
Yes. That's fantastic.
That's
I
awesome.
like it.
Well, guys, thanks again. Keep on rocking. Looking forward to seeing you guys at future tournaments.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out, man.
Later.